94.3 The Dude is very grateful to our men and women in uniform. We're proud to recognize local members of our military by turning the spotlight on them right now in our Soldier Salute.
Today on the Soldier Salute, we're speaking with Sergeant First Class Mike Gathers. Sergeant, tell me about you, man. Where you're from, your life, your world.
I'm originally from Hopkins, South Carolina. Went to Lower Richland High School. Had to end up graduating, of course, from Drury High School back in 2003.
Right.
And joined the United States Army and kind of never looked back.
So you joined the Army to see the world, and you end up right back here where you started.
Ended up right back home, going to the exact same high school I graduated from to recruit. Kind of a blessing. I originally said I never wanted to come home. I never wanted to come back to South Carolina, and I left for a reason. And, you know, being a rough little kid and growing up in a rough neighborhood to just being in a position now where everybody says, well, oh, man, you changed, kind of shows the community that, you know, you don't have to be exactly what the stereotype is in that particular area.
Sergeant, tell us about your family.
Well, I'm married. I got my beautiful wife right here beside me and my son, my newborn son. I have a 10-year-old son, a 5- and 6-year-old daughter. My mom still stays locally in the area. My mom's been working at the paper mill down in Eastover for 28 years, from Union Camp to International Paper. My brother still stays locally. He's been doing like meal preps and food preps and culinary arts and all that stuff. And we just kind of homely people out of Bishopville, South Carolina. So, you know, we didn't go far.
Tell me what got you fired up to join the Army 14 years ago.
My plan was to join the Air Force. And the biggest reason my plan was to join the Air Force is because it was a lot of those things you hear, and you never knock another branch, you know? But you hear a lot of things about, well, the pay is better and the education is better and the duty stations are better. And I said, okay, well, if everything sounds that good, then I was young, didn't know about too good to be true. So I went and talked to those guys. It was ultimately the Army gave me the best bang for my buck, making sure I'm staying focused on education, making sure I'm staying focused on career, all the while making sure I'm staying focused on my family, and put me in a leadership position, kind of recognizing and seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself. And straight from the jump, like straight from boots on ground, I've been in leadership positions back and forth. Now it's kind of like a motivational challenge. Anytime I get somewhere, it's like, can I be the best? I'm going to try to outshine everybody around me, not because I think I'm better than anyone else, but if I am trying my best and doing better than someone else, then naturally they're going to want to beat me. So it becomes a friendly competition on who can be the best at their job. Ultimately, it makes everybody better.
So Sergeant First Class, 14 years ago, you make the decision you're going to join the Army or the military anyway. And you go back and you got to have a conversation with your family. How'd you talk to moms about that?
So my mom was not happy about it. There was no pops at the house growing up. There was no father at the house growing up. So it was just my mom and my sister, and then all of my aunts and female cousins, and I was basically raised in an all-female family. And no one was happy with the decision because they wanted me to go to college first. The stigma back in the 90s and the early 2000s was if you were joining the military, it's because you weren't smart enough to go to college. We all know now that that's not true, but it's unfortunate that that was the mentality for so many years. I had to get away. I just did 12 straight years of school and I didn't want to do another year. So I told my mom that this was the best way that I could continue on in my military career, and this was the best way that I could continue with education and she not have to pay for it and continue with the career and she not have to worry about me all the time. Finally, I won her over. I guess that's when recruiting started. From there, I just haven't had any issues. She fully supports it now. Sergeant
First Class, you're married. Of course, congratulations on your newborn as well.
Thank you.
Your wife, you found in the military as well. She also serves in the Army.
I did. It was a weird story because in 2012, I was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas. We met and we just did not like each other. Oh my God. I was bullheaded. She was bullheaded. And I talk a lot and she recognized that. So she said, I don't want to be around the guy that everybody's talking to. And I said, I don't want to be around the female who's stuck up and doesn't want to talk to anybody. And then we just kind of became best friends, and it still was just a friendship thing. We still didn't like each other on that level. But we ended up deploying April of 2013 to Bagram Air Force Base, Afghanistan. And my health kind of took a turn for the worse. When everything was said and done and I thought I was going to get medevac and I lost 30 pounds in 17 days and I thought I was the end. The only person that was in my corner was, my wife. And at the time, like I said, she was just my friend, but she tells me that it's the thought of losing me that made her kind of finally, say how she felt. But yeah, September 13th of 2013, we became a couple. April 6th of 2015, we got married, and it's just been an amazing ride ever since.
All right, Sarge, you go to basic training, you pull up on the bus, you look out, you see the cadre of drill sergeants coming your way. What's going through your head?
I think that was the scariest and most exciting feeling ever. The reason it was scary is because I officially knew that there was, like kids say, no givesies, backsies. There was no turning back. I couldn't stay on the bus. I couldn't, blink my eyes and realize I was back at home.
Right.
There was no way I can reverse that decision right there on the spot. So immediately it was a wake-up call for me before I even got yelled at, before I even did push-ups, just looking at the cadre and knowing that I am no longer in control. That's the biggest issue for a lot of people who join the military is it is simply not being in control. And it was my issue. I woke up one day at basic training after, of course, a few days of getting yelled at and running around and getting smoked, doing push-ups and sit-ups and whatever exercise they just felt to make up. It made me realize that not being in control is okay. It made me realize that you can trust somebody who is in control. And as long as you're willing to, to trust what they have to say, then you're going to be a good team. Let go and let God is what my mom used to say when I was growing up. So I let go and let God and realized that, he didn't lead me wrong. And I've loved every bit of basic training. It wasn't that bad. It was all for the better. And it was still, like I said, the best decision I ever made.
Sergeant, what would you say to somebody who may be on the fence about whether the military is right for them?
Coming from a realistic perspective, I try my best to bring reality to everybody's decision to join the military. And the biggest thing about it is free education and family. I am a parent, and I'm a parent of 4 children. It's just great how things like the GI Bill work, the Montgomery GI Bill and the tuition assistance. My wife also been in the military and me being in the military. We can both take our GI Bill and split it into 2 and basically pay for 4 college educations.
Wow.
That puts us in a position where me and my wife are debt-free and student loan-free. My children are debt-free and student loan-free, and hopefully they can kind of, continue on that. That's how you promote wealth down through the generations. It always helps. You cannot go wrong. There should be no reason why, you join the military and you don't get out of the military with at least a bachelor's degree. It's free. It's free of charge, and nobody can take that from you. Nobody can take knowledge away from you. You are still going to get paid back for your time in the military. So just try it out. It'll be the best decision you ever made.
Thanks for joining us in our Soldier Salute. This salute to our local soldiers on 94.3 The Dude is presented by Capital Chevrolet and Hyundai at I-20 and Clemson Road under the giant American flag, and All American Heating and Air. American and proud of it.